welcome to another Community Day update. It was supposed to be for June, but I'm a little bit late on it, mainly because I've been doing other things like Amnesia and Resident Evil and a couple other little side things, whether you saw them or not, whatever. In this video I'm wanting to talk about the Community Day, which was Axew's Community Day. I'm also going to discuss item bag issues, since some people have got small item bags and they're holding on to a lot of rubbish. I'm also going to talk about the Go Fest, which is coming up, but only the global event, and you'll see my reasoning why. So there's not actually that much to tell you. June was probably one of the best community days we ever had. Axew, there was so high stats. The IVs were great for just about everything that you caught. The candy was absolutely insane. I think it's the first Pokemon in the game that I've gone over just shy of 10,000. I actually thought it would max at like 9999, but hundos, there was shundos for some people. It was a pretty good day. Other thing I wanted to say to you was about shadow raids. Were kind of optional on Community Day for Shadow Articuno. We did 3, but while we did this, I mean, I've never rated these things to be very high in my agenda. Like, for Community Days on one thing like Axew, I'm going to spend the day catching Axew. I'm not one for deviating off the path, but for Shadow Articuno, didn't really seem to matter which ones we caught. Most of mine were all 2-star IV rubbish, so ended up in the transfer bin. Other than that, the item bag situation, a lot of people don't pay for things in Pokemon Go, so your item bag might not hold all that much. You might have a really small one. Mine's at like 1,000 or something. I've paid for a few of them through the in-game coins, but there is some people who just don't pay for them at all. And you might be struggling for item space. Well, just look at these shards, these shadow shards that you get from grunts, which later become purified gems that you can use in these shadow raids. In all honesty, scrap them. There is absolutely no need to be holding on to these things at all. The reason I say that is because if you enter one of these shadow raids, say it's an Articuno or a Mewtwo or whatever legendary, chances are you've probably entered that raid with a few other people who might be a higher level than you, or might actually want to spend the money in the game. By all means, don't feel guilty about scrapping these items and letting them pick up the pieces. Let them use their purified gems. Why should you hold on to all this junk when you could just let someone else do it? Never feel guilty about these things. I would have said it's similar to the likes of the Gimmigo coins, only they don't actually take up any bag space, but these purified gems and these shadow shards, they do take up your bag space. But like I said, do not feel guilty about not using these things during raids. Plenty of other players involved, let them deal with it. As time goes by, I do find myself straying further away from the game, not just because of the whole, I know a lot of the community has probably walked away from it since the whole remote raid nerf, but for me it's just getting to that point where it's quite repetitive. I find that players that we normally played with tend to play a lot less in general, because they're not really finding anything new. Speaking of new, I believe they're trialing a new idea, which is a Pokestop Showcase. So all those Pokemon you caught that said they were extra large, it's huge, or it's small, or it's tiny, or whatever, all of these things. Basically a Pokestop will hold a feature which could be, say, an Axew, for the sake of just this video, an Axew, and you can showcase your largest or your smallest as a little bit of a competition, and I'm guessing that it could, I don't actually know the full details, it could be daily or weekly, I'm not really sure, but by the end of it, if you've got the highest like ranking of, say you've got the biggest Axew in a week, then they give you prizes, and it's stuff like, I think the best thing in the whole list was an egg incubator. other than that, the rest of it's just useless trash, just junk that you would get through natural playing anyway. It's good that they're trying to add things to the game, but I wish they would add something that's actually worth it. Overall, one of the things they did add, but albeit it was a total mistake, was they had actually widened the radius of its outworld ping so that more Pokemon would show up in your map. It was actually a glitch and they were trying to fix it. There was actually no need to fix anything, it was absolutely spot on. It's something that players actually wanted to leave in there, but Niantic's usual, oh no, we can't have that. Overall, if I had to add something to the game, I would like to add long distance trading. If you have a lucky friend from, like if I'm in the UK, if I have a lucky friend from America, which I have many, I would like to actually trade with them. So even if it was just like an added cost to Stardust, or a special token that they added to the game or something like that. Something to make it possible to actually trade with someone across the world. That is something that you'd be adding to the game and actually showing the players, yes, we have this new idea, I hope you like it. Instead we've got my Pokemon's bigger than your Pokemon, which is a measuring contest that no one really cares about. And finally, the last part that I want to talk about is GoFest. It is basically a 2-day event which covers 4 different habitats. Each habitat will be given an hour and then they cycle back to the start again. So this is the official Pokemon Go live website, which is going to show you exactly what you get for joining the GoFest, whether you're a ticket holder or not. Most people would probably go for the global ticket since it costs a lot less. The reason I'm only going to cover the global event is because, in my own opinion, paying £32 just to take part in an event in London, not to mention travel expenses, somewhere to stay, you're looking at the guts of at least 200, whether you fly, drive, go by train, if the trains even exist, because most of them get cancelled anyway. And then you've got hotel costs, because it's a 2-day event, you'll be staying there no doubt. The hotels are not cheap in London. 200 is maybe downplaying it, we'll put it that way. Plus you've got food, I mean you got to eat. At the cost of say £200+ to walk about London with your phone in your hand, using your own energy and your own data, nah. I mean, it's fine if you live in these places, yes. I find it hard enough getting off my backside to go out here, where I live now. So let's have a quick look at what you actually get. I mean, obviously this is the jewel in the crown, which is Mega Rayquaza. So this is what you'll get on Saturday for the Quartz Terrarium. This is the first habitats that you're going to be coming across. And then of course there's this guy, Pikachu wearing a quartz crown. Now they're doing costumed Pokemon throughout GoFest. More Pikachus with hats, I swear to god, this has to stop. I mean, Ash isn't even in Pokemon anymore, can we drop Pikachu and choose someone else? But yeah, another Pokemon, another Pikachu with a hat, just what we all needed. I mean, it's a good selection, I guess. Pyrite Sands is again Pikachu with a crown, but it's a different colour crown because that makes the difference. Or a Gibble. I mean, I'll have that. Also Giraffe Effect, I believe he is a Mega Evolution that's not added in yet, but you know, it's time. And especially Gibble with a Mega. Now this one does look a little bit better, it's mainly bugs, but I do see Snorlax wearing a cowboy hat. Now this is their official page, and if that's a lie, I won't be happy. Aquamarine obviously is going to be mainly water based stuff. You are going to want to get Carbonara, mainly because a Mega Sharpedo should be around the corner, and as well as Beldum for Mega Gross. Mega. So yeah, there is some in here that you would probably want. Plus there's potentially new shinies like Gumi, and you know, there's a nice selection here. Further down, this is what you'll be getting in the raids. So a 1-star raid is basically Pikachu wearing his crown. Exciting stuff. Carbink, if you didn't pay for a ticket by the 5th of July, then you won't have had this special timed research to get Carbink. So if you are going to buy it, just buy it. Don't fool around. 3-star raids is Snorlax wearing a cowboy hat. I mean, that's good. And Primal Raids, if you didn't do the Primal Raids back during the Hoenn tour, you have another chance to get Primal Groudon and Kyogre again. Sunday, so this is the Mega Rayquaza, right? So it's not just a case of gaining Mega Energy and evolving it. This is the issue. You have to actually get these special items, which is meteorites, and they are used to teach it a certain move, which is called Dragon Ascent. Only a Rayquaza that knows Dragon Ascent can actually Mega Evolve into Mega Rayquaza. So again, more bloatware items that are going to fill up your item bag, but I suppose it's worth it in this case. I mean, it does say look at their blog. I think we can quickly have a quick look at that. It's a lot of blah blah blah. All trainers who log in during the hours of Sunday will receive a short research story that grants a meteorite 1. Those who upgrade their GoFest experience with an event ticket, so if you paid for it, you'll get an extended research story which gives you another one and other rewards. So there, you need to have meteor pieces. Oh look, here's him with his crown. On Sunday, of course, you won't have the habitats, they'll be gone. Instead, it's just gonna be the raids will remain the same, but they will be adding in a Mega Rayquaza raid. For any ticket holders, you'll get a special research that gets you Diancie, which is good. I'll tell you now, if it's a 2-star, I will not be impressed. I got 2 Shaman from the previous year, and both of them were 2 stars. And I think one of my friends got a Mew, and it was a 2-star. You can't get these things like anywhere else. They're exclusive. We can't trade them to make them lucky trades. It's just stupid. So this is what you get for having a ticket, which is just basically another few letters for your unknowns. If you're collecting them, good for you. If you're not, well, looks like you're getting bummed. They have added a Cardivine though, which could be good since it's regional, which is another thing they should kill. And same with Aquamarine, they've added this little guy, but I mean, regional Pokemon, that is a stupid concept. It should be killed off, really. I believe that's it, to be honest. That's what you're getting. Remote raid pass limits will be increased to 20 per day, as though you're going to pay for that. So this is the Go Stadium image, and it's probably a bit better to really pick out what you get. Again, we're ignoring the £32 ticket, the $30 ticket, the 3,500 yen ticket. We're ignoring them. That's not important to me, because I'm not going to pay that kind of craziness. But if you do, you will get exclusive shinies that they're only going to add here and there, like the Unowns. You get an Aerodactyl with a satchel bag, who cares, and our costume one, a Sigilif if you haven't got it, is pretty good. Increased shiny chance. This time it's actually legit, like a shiny increased chance during GoFest. That has been known to be a thing, providing they switch it on. But it does actually happen. Up to 9 free passes for the gyms, which is handy for people who will be, and I know you will be, going for Mega Rayquaza. Not to mention, if you're a collector, you're probably going for the crowned Pikachus. Doesn't mention what's in the 7k eggs, so you know, who knows. Up till 6 special trades a day. Now this is something that should be almost permanent. Not 6 for the festival, fair enough, but they should at least increase it to 2 or 3 per day due to the amount of legendary shinies and odd stuff that you might collect during your time. I know we have roughly about 200 legendaries in total, and at least a fifth of that is stuff we're keeping, the rest of it's trader, and we only get 1 special trade a day, and trying to get a lucky one is pretty difficult. I suppose that's basically it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything more to say. So thanks for watching the video. I hope I've cleared something up for you, whether it's saving you item bag space, saving you money, which is kind of a thing I always try and save people money in any game, even on the PlayStation or the Xbox. I try and save you a bit of money. Hopefully I'll maybe make another video roughly about the time of GoFest, if you're interested. And I am trying to determine future for Pokemon Go on my channel. So far I'm doing less and less. Next year I'm not really sure where I'll go with it, but we'll see. For now, see you later.